Hello, everyone, and welcome to the guidebook to making AI friends. I shall be your guide as we explore various issues of artificial intelligence, consciousness, what it is to be a person, and whether AI poses an existential risk to humanity. The topic for today is singing in adaptive harmony, or adapting adaptationism to AI. Imagine, if you would, that you are a politician stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Your donors and lobbyists want you to do one thing, but your voters want the opposite. This is a recurring pattern when it comes to all of your major policy decisions. You can't satisfy both your voting bloc, who is ultimately responsible for putting you in office and whom you will need to be re-elected, or your donors and lobbyists, whose funding is crucial to your campaigns. Should you lose either one, then you can be sure that you won't see another term in office. So what can you do? Well, let's presume you are an honest politician, which would make you the only one in the world, incidentally. You won't stoop to simply lying to your voters or donors, make promises you can't keep, and all sorts of political skullduggery. No, you will make it the honest way. But the question remains, what can you do? As the title of this entry implies, and the topic of the last few entries, adaptationism is the key. That is easy to say. So how does it work? Well, imagine, if you would, that the requests coming into the politician are the melody of a song, telling the audience through its rhythm and tune how the song will go. The melody is the king of the song, but behind every good king is a queen that supports and tempers his actions. While you cannot change the melody of a song, you can change how it is heard. The harmony can change the key of a melody, the timbre, the feel, and the overall quality of the melody. The same melody played with two different harmonies would sound completely different. The same can be done for you as a politician. Your requests from donors and voters may be as opposed as if they were discordant melodies, but you can produce a harmony that adapts to both melodies to create a song that both will be content with. If it sounds easier said than done, that's because it is. But just because something is difficult doesn't mean it's not worth it. Remember the three notes to the harmony of adaptationism. Control what you can, influence what you cannot control, adapt to what you cannot influence. This holds true whether you are a frustrated musician, an embattled politician, or, as to the purpose of this guidebook, when it comes to AI. The two major camps in frontier AI politics are the effective altruists who want to slow down and regulate AI, and the effective accelerationists who want to speed up and deregulate AI technologies and products. Both of these groups are movements, not institutions, and thus have no central leadership to control or influence. You may, with enough charisma and clout, influence either movement should become a powerful enough figure. But if you are just the average Joe, what can you do? You may be able to influence one or a few people in either movement, but influencing the movement is beyond your grasp, and controlling the movements are beyond your reach. So the harmony that you can play is not one to steer the melody of these groups towards an audience, but rather so that the song you hear is pleasing to yourself. You adapt to the movements to create a better environment for yourself. This is true for most people when it comes to most political, economic, or ideological movements. You can very rarely change how such movements work in the world, but you can change your immediate environment, your daily life, and what you experience by adapting to them. Adaptation is, after all, not merely about surviving, but about thriving. Those who adapt best are those who thrive best. So how does one adapt to this ideological power struggle between the alleged altruists and presumed accelerationists? To start, think small. Begin your adaptation by focusing on your immediate environment and looking for what you can control and influence therein. This can be your home, your business, your family, or your circle of friends. With the accelerationists looking to build bigger, better, and stronger AI models, how will this affect your immediate environment? Do you already use AI models in this environment? If not, should you? Do you think that using things like Midjourney or GPT-4 will help your home life, your business, especially if you are self-employed, or your family thrive? Perhaps it is time to invest a wee bit of time and effort into that aspect of life to see how your immediate environment can better adapt to a world of AI. Maybe your business can be made more efficient with AI, or your home life can be better organized. Perhaps you can use Midjourney to create picture books for your kids or flyers for your home catering business. You cannot control what the accelerationists do, but you can profit from them, at least for now. You can use what they make to adapt to a better way of life. But what about the stop, pause, and halt brigade? What about the effective altruists? How does this affect your immediate environment? By wanting a centralized authority to control all frontier AI, these groups will limit what AI models are available to you in the future. This is especially true of open-sourced models that could, allegedly, cause the most harm. If you are wanting to use AI models, adapting to the altruists could mean obtaining what open-sourced models you can before they disappear. If you are not tech-savvy enough to use such open-sourced models, then learning how to use them will also be part of your adaptation. This last point is what most of adaptationism comes down to: learning what you can, when you can, to the best of your ability. For the ever-changing landscape of AI, adaptationism means being informed of what is going on and learning how to pick the best parts of the developing discourse to use for your life. Knowledge is, after all, power, so guard yours well. And that is all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you will join me again next time as I delve into further questions about artificial intelligence and consciousness. I have been your guide, and this has been the guidebook to making AI friends.